Jason C. on the set of Smallville and at the Metropolis General Hospital with Sam Witwer. How are you, man?
How you doing, man?
You play a pretty frightful character, Doomsday.
Why would you say frightful? Davis Bloome, he's the really nice guy in Doomsday. Yeah, he killed Superman. That's not cool.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I'm sorry. Is that a spoiler? I mean, I as I said to the producers, I'm like, look, if you bring Doomsday onto Smallville, if they don't throw down by the end of the season, what are you doing? Why did you bring him?
Yeah, exactly. So how does Davis, your character, meet Chloe?
Davis meets Chloe because there is sort of a bomb crisis that takes place out near the Daily Planet, and he is a paramedic, so he is part of the fast response team, emergency response, and Chloe, being Chloe, is helping out, and they meet, and they immediately strike up a friendship and a bond. And what's interesting is there's definitely, there are things that they have in common. I'm not going to tell you what exactly, but there is not only a personal bond, but there's a bond that goes a lot deeper than that. Again, I have to tell you that. I'd have to
Why
tell
not?
you.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, it's
let's not resort to that.
Complete spoiler material, and
That's what we like. The CW source.
Exactly.
All right. Well, okay.
But they strike up this fast friendship, and what's fun about that is Chloe. I don't know if anyone agrees with me on this, and this is just my opinion. I feel like Chloe is she's the eyes of the audience. I feel like throughout Smallville, she's always been the sort of voice in the eyes. I mean, not the voice, but certainly the eyes with which the audience sees the entire story of Superman come together. Now, again,
because of her innocence and her first meeting with you. Is that our first meeting with you too?
Yes, exactly.
Right,
and so she brings me into the story, and she introduces me to the other
analogy.
Characters. Yeah, exactly. And Davis is not someone who's used to a world where superheroes exist and meteor freaks run around. He's familiar with some of those phenomena, but it's all a new thing for him. So that's another fun thing about it, is that he doesn't know what this all means. This is all very new to him, and he is certainly not aware that he is intimately, shall we say, involved with things of a kind of a supernatural Kryptonian nature. He either comes into him, or he already has him. He just doesn't know it.
And they were latent. All right.
You just don't know.
You don't know until Sam spills it for me.
That's exactly right. What's cool is the producers came up with this really neat, very cool idea, and that's what they pitched to me when they approached me for the role. It's this sort of not just so much like powers work like this, and do you understand if this guy does this, then he gets this power. It's not so much that. It's more psychological.
Okay.
And it's all based in a very human psychology, and that's the fun thing about this character, is that he's this perpetual loner. He's been raised in the foster system. He's been bounced from home to home. But he's this really, he's this really great guy. Yeah. And he just wants to do the right thing. And the problem is he's blacking out here and there.
Right.
And something's happening. He doesn't know what's happening. And eventually he becomes very concerned about that, wants to find out. And what he finds out is horrifying to him. I mean, what would it be like for you if you found out that you were the opposite of everything you've ever tried to build yourself into?
Exactly.
And so the fun of this character is to create a layered, real individual, with flaws, but also with an extreme amount of openness and vulnerability.
Right.
And then throughout his story, just slowly
just black him out and make him do horrible things.
Just take him apart. Break him down.
That's pretty scary.
And that's the thing. The thing that they pitched. I mean, if we do it right, it should be the darkest thing that Smallville's seen.
And after 8 seasons, I'm gonna say, or coming into the 8th season, I'm gonna say they know how to do it right.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've seen some of the scripts. I'm really happy with where they're going with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now in those scripts, how is Davis's and Clark's first encounter?
At first, it's very sparse. They just kind of bump into each other, and it's more like, who's this guy? Why is he so tall? He's got great hair. What the hell? I kind of want to punch him. I don't know why. I just really want to beat him up.
But you're a good paramedic.
Right, exactly. No, really, they just kind of bump into each other at first, and he's aware that Clark and Chloe are close, so that, Clark's got to be an okay guy.
Okay.
But Clark, being the guy who's always sticking his nose in everything, he eventually kind of gets in Davis's face. Davis doesn't appreciate that, and so they have some
Davis
words.
Has a temper?
Well, it's not. So, no, I don't think Davis has a temper. It's not that. It's just that you can push him.
Okay.
He can be moody. He can. Yeah, exactly. He's not he's not someone who's going to take it if you get in his business, tell him what he's supposed to be doing, tell him what he's doing wrong, and if you're generally rude to him, he'll be rude right back, only just maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, but I wouldn't
He's
say
a
that
real
he has
person.
well, that's exactly right. I mean,
Okay,
the
right.
whole idea was
He's not
we
just a
talked a
life-saving
lot.
paramedic.
Yeah, we talked about like he's this really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. Well, yes, that's absolutely what we're going for. But we're not just going for this vanilla like, hey, how's it going? Yeah. It's not like that. It's more like we want to create a real nice guy who also has flaws, who also sometimes isn't as patient as he should be. He has, gets angry, gets frustrated, but at the end of it, I think what's cool about Davis and what I really enjoy about him is that he has a certain level of vulnerability that you wouldn't expect from him.
Okay.
And that's what's really fun about him, and ultimately that's going to be his downfall.